It's currently 5:45. I'm in Indonesia. I've been up since 3 a.m. with jet lag, which I thought I had beat, but it's also pouring rain outside. And I'm gonna show you everything I brought. So I'm only here for less than 2 weeks, basically. It's 2 weeks including flights, but it takes, you know, 2 days to get here, 2 days to go back. I packed way differently for this trip than I have for any other recent international trips. A, because my other international trips have been on one-way tickets where I've been going to multiple countries, multiple climates. I'm basically packing the necessities for any climate I could encounter. And for this one, I'm staying in Lombok, not even just general Indonesia, literally one specific place in Indonesia. My only purpose while I'm here is just to surf as much as I can. So I could pack a little differently for this trip. It's kind of fun. And the lighting's a little weird. I don't have my tripod with me. On, let me show you. It actually works just fine. There you are. My nice little camera. Okay, also, as you can maybe tell, I am not in a hostel. I have a private room at a homestay, which I usually don't, not that I usually don't do it, I'll just do it when I need to work. So for this one, I was like, okay, I'm gonna get to Indonesia. I'm gonna have my own room for 2 nights. I'm gonna work, film this, do some other things that I couldn't normally do in a hostel. There's my nice messy bed. But yeah, and then I'll go back to sharing my living space with strangers. Let's start with shoes. I brought 2 pairs of shoes. 2 pairs of shoes is usually my rule, no matter the time, unless I have like a specialty shoe, such as a climbing shoe. These are my Tevas. They're the flat ones. I brought the original Universal for this trip. I recently brought the mid-forms for my Europe trip. I choose the flatter ones for Asia just because I don't really need the platform. They're my everything. I wore these on the plane and now I'm getting sand all over my bed. Okay, other pair of shoes. This is actually the first time that I've brought running shoes and not trail running shoes for an international trip in forever. The reason that I brought running shoes and not trail shoes is because I'm probably not gonna be doing any hiking. I am gonna be going to the gym and going on runs. So that's my gym/running shoes. These are the Ultra, what are these? I always forget. I don't know, but I'll put it on the screen. But I love them. They're super lightweight, they're mesh, they're flat, they're fabulous. Oh, and I put the running shoes in a packing cube. I probably should have led with this, but this is the backpack that I brought on my most recent 2 months around Europe, the Matador Globe Rider 35 liter. I have everything inside except my yoga mat is clipped on the outside and then my hats are clipped on the outside. Everything else does fit in here. Open suitcase style, has built-in packing cubes. It is a fabulous bag and I do love it, hence why I keep using it. It does have a laptop access sleeve, which I didn't have on my REI Ruck Pack, which really wasn't a big deal. There was a spot to put the laptop. That bag is not made for like urbaning. It has a mesh pocket. My bag weighed about 35 pounds with everything in it. Okay, where are we gonna put you? Let's actually move on to stuff that I brought. I brought my waterproof packable day pack. This thing squishes down really small, but also is a fabulous backpack. It's from Matador. It's the Free Reign 20 something, 22 I think. While I was smart enough to bring my waterproof backpack because I thought that it might be raining, I actually didn't bring a rain jacket, which I do slightly regret. I didn't bring a rain jacket on my last 2 trips to Asia because A, you can just get ponchos here, and B, I never knew like what am I gonna use it for like a few days, but it was pouring yesterday when I got here and it's been pouring today and I have not yet bought a poncho. Obviously, I just need to go do that. Would it have been nice to have my rain jacket? Probably, especially because I really like my rain jacket. This is my toiletry bag. This is my favorite toiletry bag. We've been over this quite a few times. I was able to pack all my toiletries in these 2 bags. I actually could have all gotten it all in here. This is the REI shower roll in large. I like it because it can also zip off this bottom part and you can put it into 2 sections. The way that I pack this is I put all of my dry toiletry stuff that's not gonna explode in the top mesh part, like my shampoo and conditioner soap bar bag, my makeup pads, my zinc, and then in the middle part is like all my little trinkets and like tiny things that would fall out and otherwise get lost. And then the bottom clear zip off part is where I put my liquids. And I have my favorite sunscreen in there. I have my Mad Hippie Fit skincare. I have lotion. For skincare and traveling can be tough. I do bring my sunscreen, my favorite sunscreen from OneSkin, and then I bring my favorite skincare from Mad Hippie. If I'm on a longer trip, I'll just bring it in the original bottles. This was a shorter trip, so I just put it in the glass bottles, my travel glass bottles, which are slightly smaller. Could I put it in plastic and make it even more lightweight? Yes, but then I read that it might mess up the formula, and then I don't know, I went down a rabbit hole with that, and maybe it's fine. So then the other toiletry bag is this Matador. I'm not sponsored by Matador, but they did send me all this stuff for free. Actually, no. I bought this waterproof backpack on my own accord, but they did send me the backpack in this. This is just a mini dry bag. I just put some extra toiletries in here that I probably could have fit in there, but I was like, I like having 2 bags. Anyways, mouth tape. This is the Subtl Beauty makeup stack, and they don't make them like this anymore. I think they have a different design. I got this maybe 4 years ago, but it twists off and your makeup can go into different compartments. Now here's the thing. I've had this for so long that I have used a lot of it and they no longer make them in this shape, so I would need to get a whole new thing to redo them. So instead what I did was I just started scraping out my own makeup at home, whatever bronzer I was using at the time that wasn't a powder, and I just scraped it off and then I just re-put it in the containers and then they stack together and it's nice and small. My dry shampoo, my favorite dry shampoo in the world, because it's a refillable. Oh, I should have refilled that before I left. Okay, anyways, it's got like a little brush on top. You can just brush it into your hair. Beautiful thing. Moving on. Technology bag. This is my technology bag. As you can see, it's kind of overflowing, but I have things like my camera that I'm filming on. I wrap my camera up in this little magnetic something cloth that like goes on itself. I don't know. I did bring my DJI Osmo 360 camera. I have this because I was working on a partnership with them on another platform, but there's a little stick, pew pew, and then chargers, my wall adapter, all of it. This is always my electronics bag. I did bring my film camera and 2 rolls of film. That's a lot ambitious for just 2 weeks, but this thing almost is out of battery too. Yeah, see, it does that. When I take my film camera, what I try and do is I try to dedicate certain days that I'm shooting film, because some days I'm shooting video, some days I'm shooting on my camera. And so for me to mentally categorize it, I have to be like, okay, today's the day that I'm taking out my film camera and I'm shooting as many photos as I can on here. And start and stop this on this like little clicker thing. So that's another thing that I brought, is my little clicker for my camera. Again, more electronics bag, just things like my portable chargers. I bring 2 so that one can be charging, one can be using. My hard drive, my memory cards, little bags within bags. I brought my Kindle. Freaking love having a Kindle. When I got this Kindle, I got it on impulse 3 years ago and I read 50 some books the first year that I got it. I think I read 40 some the next year. And I hadn't picked up a book I picked up the physical copy of Colleen's Hoover, It Ends With Us, and that got me back into reading. And then I was like, I live in a van. I can't be having a bunch of books in here. Thus the Kindle. They don't sell the one that I have anymore. It's the Oasis, but I do put a little pop socket on the back, which is kind of nice. I guess on the electronics category still, these are my Sony XM5 noise canceling headphones. Oops, that's backwards. Getting quite beat up, but these are my tried and true. I don't bring a case with them. I just wear them around my neck, which depending on the area I am, sometimes I'll put them in my bag. Otherwise, they're either on my neck or they're on my head. And honestly, half the time, I either have them on and no music is playing, I'm just using them for the noise canceling part, or they're on and nothing is playing, so I'm just deadening the sound. Which for that, I could be using my loop earplugs. I bring the sleep ones. I bring in a backup pair of sleep ones because one time I lost them last time I was in Asia and I was devastated. So now I bring a backup pair. And then I have the switch ones, which you can do all 3 settings. So that also I use if I don't want the headphones on, because I'll put it on the normal experience mode and then I can just have like a little bit of sound deadening if I'm getting overwhelmed. Oh, they're also fabulous for concerts and just going out. I wore them many times going out in Asia because you'll go to bars and the music is just so loud. And I'm like, I don't want to lose my hearing yet. I'm gonna move you a little bit higher. Oh, you're resting on the key now. Who needs the tripod? Fancy. Up next, let's do like little fun trinket things. Oh, sorry, last electronic, my laptop. I do travel with my laptop because I edit everything on my laptop. I edit my shorts, I edit my YouTube. I hate doing that stuff on my phone. Oh, hat. I brought 2 hats this trip. I know, that's 2-week trip, 2 hats. Usually I would have just brought my nasty brown one. This thing has absolutely been through it. There's like a TikTok trend that's like, every birthday party, I'll be there. And it's like people showing stuff that they always use. That's me in this hat. We have been through, doesn't even smell. We've been through way too much together. And then I brought my fun purple hat because I was like, you know what? I want a fun hat this trip that's actually already getting a little beat up, which I guess it's the point of stuff, but that does make me a little sad. I wonder if I can wash that. Vitamins. Usually I'll just bring like a whole bag, just toss all the vitamins in a Ziploc bag. But for this trip, I was like, well, let me put them in my fun little carrying case because it's only a few weeks. I just ran out of my probiotics, so I usually bring a probiotic, vitamin C, and magnesium. And I ran out of my probiotics, so I have vitamin C and magnesium. I take magnesium before I go to sleep. This is my soap bar. This is what I'll be hand washing my clothes with. Sometimes I bring detergent tabs and bring my scrubba. This time, honestly, didn't even really think about that. Probably should have brought it, but I'll just have to hand wash stuff. Stain remover / laundry bar it. Which I need to do with these clothes. They're kind of already nasty. I have my little tiny packable clothesline, very, very small. That is useful. Although there's like lots of places to, oh, not me realizing that I actually already need to set this up because I need to dry out some of my stuff. what is this called? Handkerchief? Bandana? Yes. I just brought one of these for fun. This is the Gear Aid Hero Clip. This thing is the best little clippy ever. I put it on my backpack because you know when you're in a bathroom and they don't have some place to hold your backpack, so you clip it on and then this goes over the door. It's very nice. So that usually actually just stays in the backpack that I'm using. Unfortunately, because it's been raining so much, I will not be carrying around my little sling bag. I'll be putting everything in my backpack. Another thing that always comes with me, Cool Cloth, reusable pea cloth. Yes, I actually don't know if I've really gone into depth on this on a YouTube video. This is a antimicrobial, I can never say that right. Antimicrobial. Anyways, you don't pee on it, okay? You use it like toilet paper, but only when you pee. It would not work for the other option. One side is like just the outer pattern, and then the other side, it has like silver irons and stuff to make it not hygienic, but you only use it, I only use it for like a few days, and then I hand wash it and then let it dry, and then it's clean again. This is fabulous to have because so many places when I travel don't have toilet paper. So that also stays in the backpack, usually on the outside of the backpack. Folded in half, okay? Moving on, Life Straw water bottle, fabulous thing to have. Sorry if I'm looking at the side screen I'm gonna look directly at you for this video. I'm looking at the camera. Water filter, water bottle, lovely thing to have. In Asia, I fill it from the tap. I could fill it from the sky, a river. Although it doesn't filter out heavy metals, which someone said there could be some of that in different countries, then I don't have to buy as much water bottles. Okay, I bring my planner. I did splurge on a Louise Carmen journal for myself for my birthday, and I do love it. It is also my daily planner. It is also where I write all my thoughts and feelings down. I got a lot of those lately. She's been filling up. This is like, you can just buy whatever notebooks and put them in there. When I'm in the van, I have 2 more notebooks stacked in here, but when I'm traveling internationally, that is too many, so I just do 1 notebook at a time. And then I get little charms and put little charms on it. Like I have 1 charm that is from Italy in the Dolomites, and then my other charm is from Portugal, and then my other charm is from Truckee Thursdays, aka right outside of Tahoe. And then these were from a charm bracelet that I wore all the time in high school. My passport holder, I do bring a passport holder and then a separate wallet. Why? Because it just makes my life easier. I also separate my stuff. So like I separate my cash, put it in different bags, put a debit card here, a debit card there. I bring 2 debit cards, usually 2 credit cards, an Amex and a Visa. The Amex is a little rough out here. I actually do still have my international driver's permit. I have some cash. Oh, I forgot. I also junk journal, which aside from writing down all my thoughts and feelings, I put little clippets of like my little receipts and whatnot, and then I have a glue stick in there and I do glue them on. That's fun. This is usually just like my daily wallet, and then my passport and everything stays in there, which got all that. Guess I forgot to do this with the toiletry stuff, but I have a retainer. As we know, hairbrush, scalp scrubber. My scalp has not been happy lately. I gotta get that figured out. All right, now I have my travel yoga mats. This is the best thing. I recently started bringing it. I think it weighs 1.5 pounds. She's got some weight to the bag. I actually brought this one down. I'm leaving it with my friend, and then I'm just gonna get a new one because she doesn't have one. It's the Mikoa. It is very thin, okay? So when I'm actually using it to practice, I usually have to stuff, like only in certain poses, a sweatshirt or something under my knee. I used to use one of my just towels, one of my travel towels as my yoga mat, and then I'd be trying to do it and it'd be slipping and sliding, and I'd just be getting frustrated and irritated. So the fact that this sticks and I stick to it just makes my life. And look how small that, and it's a full size. Here we go. I'll just show you. I'm going to yoga at 8 a.m. I'm gonna walk myself to some yoga in the rain, and I'm gonna be bringing this just in case they don't have mats at the place, which a lot of times they do, or sometimes they have the ones that I don't like and I'm picky. Okay, other miscellaneous items. My first aid med kit. This has things like my sumatriptan injection. I get this for my ocular migraines when I lose my vision and feel like someone is cracking my skull open. I have yet to actually be able to stab myself with this myself though. I usually have to find a friend and be like, please. Yeah, anyways, I bring an extra belt buckle. This is not a belt buckle. This is a hip strap buckle, because that would kind of suck if that broke. I use that one all the time. And then I have things like my C-bands, the things that go around your wrists for motion sickness. I have Pepto. I have a large concoction of other things. I have my small sewing kit, Afrin, for when my face feels like it's gonna blow up on a flight. Emergency earplugs, ginger chews. Oh, I should have put this in the sleep category, but eye mask. I love my eye mask. I usually travel with my eye mask and my bonnet, but this time instead of the bonnet, I just brought my silk pillowcase. So this pillowcase is my own. This pillowcase is not. So last year when I went to Asia for 5 months, I brought the silk pillowcase. I think I only used it 2 or 3 times. And after that, I was pretty much under the assumption that I was never gonna bring this again, because why would I? I didn't use it. But then something switched, and now I like using it. And I think because I was really scared I was gonna leave it behind, but my skin and my hair appreciates it quite a bit. Laundry bag, I just bring a mesh bag that I can put my laundry in. Right now it just has all my clean underwear in it. And for underwear, I usually bring 10 to 14 pairs per trip. Maybe that's a lot. Maybe last time I only brought like 10, 12. I think this trip I only brought 10. Neck pillow. This is my favorite neck pillow in the world. I also put socks in there because when I was wearing my flip-flop or my sandals on the plane, if my feet got cold, I wanted to have socks, and so that I could just have socks on, because something about having my toes out on a long flight just sometimes feels a little wrong. Okay, there's a few reasons why I love this neck pillow. Not only is it a great neck pillow because it goes around and then it attaches to the headrest things so you don't bing, bing, bing. I use this as a regular pillow. So in hostels or if I'm on a bus or any situation, honestly, if I want to be sleeping with my noise canceling headphones on, which I sometimes do because there's so much going on around me and I'll just blast some white noise, or if there's a really bad snore, I've had that quite a few times, I put these on. This is my pillow, and you see how the headphone can go right in between there, and then you sleep on your side and it's perfect. That has saved my life on so many accounts because yeah, you could wear your noise canceling headphones and just sleep on your back. That's not fun. I don't know, maybe that's fun for you. I'm not a back sleeper. I actually sometimes am, but not for the whole night. There's that. Gosh, I am wide awake. I wonder when I'm gonna crash and need a nap today. Food. I brought an entire box of protein Pop-Tarts, plus one I stuffed some extra ones in there. These are so good. They're brown sugar cinnamon. They're better if you microwave them. They've got 20 grams of protein. I'm probably gonna eat one this morning because I'm starving. This is not something that I would have brought usually because they're big and they get I had to keep them in the box, otherwise they get crushed. No one wants a crushed Pop-Tart. Other unnecessary things, well, necessary for this trip. I brought a shaker bottle and 2 weeks worth of, it's a protein powder, but it's kachava, so it's like a nutritional powder. Maybe that's what protein, I don't know. 2 weeks of kachava chai. This stuff is so good. I'm not working with them, but I would love to work with them because I drink this stuff every single day in the States, no matter where I am. I usually mix it into a shake and I do oat milk, ice, kachava chai. I actually add an extra scoop of vanilla protein powder, and then I put some honey, some flaxseed, and a dash of vanilla in there. Now I don't have that option, so I just mix it with water and it's still just as good. I had it yesterday in the lounge. So good. I mean, my bag's gonna be lighter on the way back anyway. I'm not gonna have my Pop-Tarts, my protein powder. This should all be gone. I'm not gonna have the yoga mat. I'm not gonna have the other little bag of goodies. Okay, for the best part, clothes. Oh, also, I did bring my 3-liter North Face Terra lumbar sling. I love this sling because you can put stuff in the top. You can put a water bottle in the bottom. And I usually just keep a portable charger in here, my eyeglass thing. I do keep, so I recently switched phone things. I have this Peak Design camera tripod on the back of my phone, which is, it's expensive, but it's worth it. And it's a great tripod. I use it all the time. I use it multiple times a day. But anyways, it's the MagSafe ones. So it pops off, but then I still sometimes, the Octobuddy thing, so I can stick my phone things places and stick stuff to my phone. I have those two options for my phone. Okay, now for the final part, my clothes. Oh, and my towel. I bring a very lightweight towel. I recently switched out my old towel for an even lighter weight one. This one practically weighs nothing. It is also from Matador, and I have the small version for my face. I need to hang it up though because it's wet. Clothes. Is that mold? Maybe that's mold. That's some old mold. Okay, pajamas. I just bring some athletic shorts and a really, really raggedy old tank top bra thing. The outfit that I wore on the plane, this tank top, she's kind of getting a little raggedy. Free People jumper, comfiest thing in the world. I do need to re-sew these because they're getting a little too stretched out. I brought the shorts version for this trip. I will either bring this version or my long pants version for almost any trip that I go on. Why is this damp? Everything's damp. It's my favorite thing, although the butt did get bleached, so she's got some stains. Extremely comfy. Along with that, I broke another packing rule. I've broken so many packing rules on this trip. Cotton sweatshirt. I did bring that for my last 5-month trip to Asia. And then at the end of it, I was like, this was really heavy, although it's so cozy. But I was like, okay, functionally, a fleece is usually better for me. So I started bringing those. Like I brought that to Patagonia. I brought that to Europe. I actually had to re-sew it because the front side was so stained. So I flipped it inside out and then re-sewed the pocket on the front of it. And now it's just a re-loved sweatshirt. But I am very glad that I brought it and it's been nice and cozy. And again, I can break some rules because I'm only here for 2 weeks and I'm not moving around a lot. Okay, along with other clothing rules I broke, I brought jorts. I hate bringing jeans because they're usually heavy and take up a bunch of space and are in the way. Jorts felt necessary for this trip if it stops raining. And then I brought a long, something like just a little shoulder cover thing that I'll wear with that. As always, I brought a sun hoodie. This is the Outdoor Research Active Ice Spectrum sun hoodie and I absolutely love her. It's kind of like a light purple, but it looks kind of white. Probably gonna get destroyed. Gonna get bleached when I get back. The classic shorts, my flowy, my nice shorts that go with the tank top that I'm currently wearing, which also I brought yoga shorts. I did bring I typically always now bring yoga shorts because I end up doing yoga wherever I go. Okay, last part, swimsuits. Before my camera overheats again. Did I need to bring this many swimsuits for like, actually like a week and a half of surfing? No, but I did anyway because they're new and they're fun. I have my long sleeve, purple, fabulous. I have just like a regular swimsuit for every day and then another swimsuit top. Also, I use these as sports bras, okay? And then surf shorts. Look at that. And I could also wear this, but I can only do this one if I'm going like really early morning surfing or late surfing because I cover my shoulders and my back because I don't want to get fried. And then my tried and true black one piece. Okay, that's everything that I packed. As I'm looking around, I'm like, did I forget anything? No. Other than my small bag of goodies for my friends. Okay, so yeah, I'm very excited to be here. I'm gonna go to yoga this morning and then I have a few days before my surf camp starts, and that same surf camp that I went to last year and then ended up living in that tiny village. It's the Insider Surf Camp. I'm so excited to see my friends, and part of this trip is, it's a comfort trip. I'm going back to the place I've been. I'm very familiar with the area. I have friends that live here. It doesn't feel like my usual trips where I'm just sometimes I just don't have any clue what's going on when I'm traveling. It's 6:36. Everything will be linked in the description, and I'm gonna probably, I say this now, maybe this is just me holding myself accountable. I'm gonna vlog one of the days that I'm here for YouTube so then I can get 2 YouTube videos out of this trip. Okay, and that's all. Thanks for watching.